Let us begin. Tabu kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriritam kalmashapaham sravanamangalam srimadatam bhuvignanti e bhurida janaha. After a little gap, we are meeting, and previously, in our previous class, that was 17 September, we have discussed that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioning sitting at the Pranakrishna Mukhopadhyay's house, a devotee in North Calcutta. In his house, he is telling God and his creation and his glory. Ishar Utar Oisharja. These two words he is telling. Ishar Utar Oisharja. God and his creation and his glory. These are two things. One is the creator, another is the creation. His glory, so many things he has made. Then he is telling that people are attracted to the creation, but not to the creator. Here he is telling in Bengali, ঐশ্বর্য দেখেই সবাই ভুলে যায়, যার ঐশ্বর্য তাকে খোঁজে না. The people are happy with seeing the creation, varieties, but never inquire about the person who has created it. That is the God. So this is the peculiarity of our mentality, temperament. So that he is mentioning. Here we discussed that, and slowly we found out that Sri Ramakrishna, he is taking the whole thing in a wonderful way to the truth. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vetti tat tataha. In the Bhagavad Gita also Sri Krishna, he is telling this. One is me, another all this my vibhuti. The majority of the people, they will be attracted to the religion, God, only when they found something miraculous, something special, something which is not very normal, and some people can create, then only they will go. So this is very peculiar. Pure love for God, I only love you, and I don't care whether you are going to give me something or not. That is very rare. So that is what Sri Ramakrishna he is telling. And the more you go for this external thing created by God, God is happy. God is telling, all right, if you like this, be happy with that. But more you go into that, more you are away from God. Sometimes people will be telling that when the children are happy with their games, with their toys, the mother will never come to the child. Because child is happy with other things. So the mother will not come to the child. So if the child is only crying for mother, Sri Ramakrishna is giving this in different places, he will be telling, giving these instances, that when the child will cry for the mother, only for mother, and not caring for anything, people will be trying to tempt the child by giving the candy and the sweets and this thing. No, I don't want. I want my mother. Then only mother will come. So that exactly he is telling. All people are externally, they are so busy. They are so happy. If we look at our own personal life, We can attain to everything except something which is religious. We are so fond of social meeting, we will be going to different places, we will be meeting them, but we don't have time to go to God, to pray, to be lonely. No, we don't have time. সকলি কাজের পাই হে সময় তোমারে ডাকিতে পাইনি. There's a old song that I get all time to do all sort of things except I don't have time to pray to you. This is very peculiar. That is exactly what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, that his glory. Then some person is asking, one devotee is asking, then so what is the way? How can we be out of this problem? Again and again we are going inside, then what will happen? Rabindranath Tagore also in his song he is telling, মৃত্যু সে ধরে মৃত্যুর রূপ দুঃখ হয় হে দুঃখের কূপ তোমা হতে যাবে হই হে বিমুখ আপনার পানে চাই. Rabindranath, he is mentioning through that song, misery, suffering, pain of death intensified when I am away from you. But the moment I come to you, this death will be there, misery will be there, sufferings will be there, but I don't bother about that. I don't feel. This is the beauty. This is the speciality. And we have seen in our own life examples. One lady lost his daughter and son-in-law, grandson, so all, but she's all right. She's bedridden. She can't see now because of the high blood sugar. She has lost the eyesight, but she is very happy. She'll be asking her husband to make a connection with this Swamiji, that Mataji, this, that. Then she'll be talking, Swamiji, how are you? And then they'll be inviting. And every month she is inviting the Swamis to her house, inviting devotees. And all they are going to their house. There is every month, at least once, sometimes twice, there will be satsang. So many people will be there, prasad distribution, laughing, chatting. She is enjoying the life. Why? Holding Sri Ramakrishna. That is the reason. Holding God. That is the reason. When this accident happened, she rang to me and said, Swamiji, I have lost everything. In this world, nobody of my own remain. I have lost everything. Then suddenly, at that moment, what you can say? It's very difficult to console even. But even then, she herself told, no, this is wrong. I should not say this, that I have lost everything. Why? You are there. All the monks are there. Our nuns are there. Matajis are there. Devotees are there. Thakur Ma Swamiji is there. I have everything. Only those who were just my very close, they have left me, but so many others are also there. So I should not say that there is no one. So this is the love. Mrittu she dhare mrittur roop. And sometimes some people, they will be mad just because some accident has happened in their life. They cannot adjust. Why? They don't have faith on God. So the moment you are having the faith in God, 90% of your thinking, thought will be on God. So that pain will not be there. So this is what Sri Ramakrishna says. The more you go into that, the glory of God, the creation of God, the more you are attached to that, more it is painful for you. And in the traditional Hindu temple, if you go, outside the temple they will be creating so many things. So many varieties of decoration, these, that. Many of the people, they'll be going and taking the snap and they'll be all mesmerized by seeing the architectural beauty. And they don't care for the God even. So that is why you have gone there. They don't understand. Sri Ramakrishna Dev is telling, some people, they will be so busy distributing money to the poor. But they have gone over there for the pilgrimage. Without going to the God, without seeing Him or paying respect to God inside the temple, they are busy with outside work. They lost the... So this is the goal. Where you are going, that must be the first. So that's why they say, when you reach the Kashi, the Benares, they say Kashi, immediately after getting down, reaching the Kashi, you must straight go to the temple. Have the darshan of the Vishwanath, the Shiva. Then you go wherever you like to go. So that way, you have to, first you have to go. That is what exactly Sri Ramakrishna is telling. And this person, he is asking then, what is the way out? Suppose we are attracted by this wonderful thing in the world, how can we be free from this attraction? Then Sri Ramakrishna, his very wonderful answer, he said the three things that you have to follow. What is this? He said, sadhu, sangha and prarthana. He is making more concise. In the beginning, he was telling four things. Now he has made it sadhu, sangha, satsang and prayer. And then this gentleman again asking, Sri Ramakrishna answered, there is a way, holy company and prayer. Unless you go to a doctor, he is explaining, unless you go to a doctor, you cannot be cured. Similarly, if you don't go to a holy person who has actually traveled in the road, actually realized, really understood, then only you will get the benefit. Otherwise, the fake people, you will be cheated, obviously. Most of the cases, it happens in the villages. One person will come and they can really talk nicely. As the way they will talk, they will make you, just you forget what is reality. And he said, see, I know so many things. This is a one small piece of iron that you see. If I just touch in the gold, everything will be transformed into gold. All your, whatever you are having. And not only that, if you have one piece of gold, if I touch, then it will be 10 pieces of that gold. People get tempted. Then one lady went with whatever she was having, the ornaments and all that, and she went over there, and then he said that you must come in the Amavasya. It is a full dark night, and I will convert this, then you come. Next, after Amavasya, when the sun rises, she goes over there, nobody is there. Whatever little she was having, that also has gone, because this type of... So, you have to be very careful. Sri Ramakrishna says, if you go to a holy company, who is a holy company here? Then the gentleman is asking, how is holy company useful? How I will know that holy company is useful? Then Sri Ramakrishna is telling one after another, fondness for God. If you go to a person, you will develop anuraga, fondness for God. You will start loving, you will start understanding God. That is the first criteria of a holy person. If you go over there, the first thing is this. One gentleman was there, he never believed in God, and one day he was traveling with me, and so many devotees in different places, so they were bringing the food, sweets, and the fruits also, and what I should do, so many things. So I was giving him all the time, take it. Then he was, sadhu sange anek khawa jai. You get lot of food if you have the company of a holy person. I told, my God, if this is the definition of a holy company, then it will be difficult. But anyway, he was very fond of eating and he got food and he was happy. So wherever you go, the first and foremost thing is you get a clear idea about God. No ambiguity. Very clear idea about God first. Majority of the places, majority of the cases you go, it is confusing. So much paraphernalia, so many things will be there. And then only they will say that you are a religious man. But the thing is, why should I have to? Who is God? My own self. Then why should I have to have so many things to know my own self? Who is God? A person or a thing that I love much. Then why should I have to have so many things only to love? I need only to understand. That is all. Why? Because so many other things are also there. So that is the thing. Only first and foremost thing is anuraga, fondness. Then comes, it generates love for God. The love is such a way, whatever best you get, always you feel like giving it to God. That is the main thing. The first, whom I love, what I do, whatever best thing I get, immediately I feel, oh, if he was here or she was here, I could give it to. Particularly about the children, you always feel, oh, this sweet and this candy, and they will be liking, etc. So this way is a constant love, generate love. So fondness, anuraga, then generates love, bhalobasha, then yearning, bakulata. And constantly somebody is dragging the mind. I cannot live without that. That's called bakulata. We cannot live without oxygen. So similarly, I cannot live without God. So that condition should be there. Otherwise, it is very difficult. We have the habit of getting up, the moment we open the eyes, we see, look at the picture of Bhagavan's Thakur Ma Swamiji. And in somebody's house I went there, I slept, and in the morning when I woke up, I opened my eyes and as a habit, looked at the wall to see the Thakur's photo. I saw a picture of a tiger hanging. It is so terrifying. So anyway, then I had to bring out my photo and then look. People, there are, because so much of love and respect that they will be keeping photo in such a way, the moment you open your eyes, you won't see anything, not even yourself in the mirror. You will first see the picture, then their holy feet of God, then pray to God. You have given me the life. You have given me all these things. Please bless me so that I should not forget you. The day that is going to come, I am going to leave the day. Every moment I should remember you. Oh God, please bless me. So that way, that's called bakulata. Another thing develops, that's called development of discrimination. Sat, asat, bichar. You can understand that this is the truth and this is not. Sat means which is existing continuously. Asat, which is not existing. First, temporary things. Sometimes it will be there and then afterwards it will go away. So this is all temporary. One of our Swamiji used to tell us, THIS, this shall also pass. If you are suffering sometime, know it for sure, this is going to pass someday. If you are enjoying, know it for sure, it is going to pass someday. So this happens every time, everywhere. Look at all these great people. They are having so great popularity someday. Millions of people will be on the street and shouting and just to have a glance of that person. And next day, they will be all condemning him. So this is the way it goes. So that's why one should be very, very careful. So this is one day somebody is praising, next day it may criticize. I am not for that. So this is discrimination, sat, asat, vichar. This is very important. What is going to exist? Unless and until we develop these 3-4 things, it is very difficult to achieve success in the spiritual life. Majority of the people, particularly in the present day world, as we are living in a society of competition, right from the small childhood, we are all going for competition, competition, competition. Everywhere you have to struggle, struggle and struggle. And I was not understanding what is it. The government shutting down. What government is shutting down? The government, how can it be shut down? Then I read it, and very peculiarly, in Calcutta newspaper in Bengali, they have given a very good analysis what is called shutdown and what happens, etc. In the local paper, I didn't find. They are only mentioning the government shutdown. Now, this is the problem, because here the government says like this only. So this way, this moment you get everything, next moment you are not having anything. It can always go like that. So this discrimination. And finally, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, there is another way. That is prayer. And this prayer, it will come from your heart only. Vyakul hue prarthana. Vyakul means that you cannot restrain yourself, you cannot stay without God. And that's why you are calling. And suppose somebody is in danger, help, help, he'll be shouting. Similarly, we have to go on shouting, oh God, save me, oh God, save me. When can we say that? When you are in distress. And that is the reason you will see the original religion develops when you are in distress. When we are in happiness and prosperity, we forget God. It is always. When we are in distress, we always remember God. Arjuna Vishada Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. It begins with the Vishada, when he was losing his own confidence. At that moment only he came to God and said, Shishyasteham sadhimam tam prapannam. I am your disciple. I cannot understand anything, I cannot decide anything, I cannot think anything. Please give me and show me the path. The Arjuna Vishad, from there the Bhagavad Gita begins. Almost everywhere you will find that this is the thing. Then this gentleman is asking another question. Shat ashat, sadhu sanga kolle, this discrimination comes. Then gentleman is asking, Mahashaya, pap buddhi keno hoy? In Bengali and in India also in other places, Mahashaya. Ashaya means the container. Maha Ashaya means big, huge. This means a very noble-hearted person. Mahashaya. And then in colloquial it has become Moshai. So sometimes a very wonderful word, in the colloquial it becomes so peculiar. Anyway, he is asking Mahashaya, this pap buddhi keno hoy? Why people always think like this? Then Sri Ramakrishna is answering. See, this pap buddhi, there are all kinds of people in this world. He has created good people and he has also created wicked people. Look at it. It's very clear. It's very clear. He has created good people. He means God. And God also has created bad people. That means what? So that is the reason Jesus Christ is telling, hate the sin, not the sinner. Because the sinner is the unfortunate one. All the sin that he is committing because of his misunderstanding the right thing. But the moment you will understand it, that very moment you will be free from all that. So the sin, papa, you should be very careful about that. But we should know. Here also he is telling, there are all kinds of people in this world, and he, the God, has created good people and also the wicked. It is he who gives good as well as bad tendencies. It is he, God, who gives good as well as bad tendencies. When we are having the bad tendencies, we have to be very, very careful and pray to God incessantly. Please make me free from these. And where from the bad tendency comes? The ego. And from the ego comes misunderstanding. And from the misunderstanding, all things comes. Which is very simple thing. We always misunderstand, and then it goes on like this. So that is why he is telling, where from it is coming? Generating. Atho kena prayuktoyam papam charati purusha. Same question was asked by Arjuna long back in Bhagavad Gita. Why people are committing sin? As if they are forced to do it. Who is forcing them to do it? Sometimes, even knowing what is good and what is bad, we cannot control ourselves. Why? Because of that. Something is forcing. And then ultimately, Sri Ramakrishna will go over there. That is our own karma phala. There is good and there is bad. Everything was there. If you were choosing the bad, what you will do? There's a long back, some of our friends, we were all very good friends, used to go to school. And slowly, one or two of my best friends, they started getting the temptation to go drifting. Because the nature, when you are young, you get the strength in the physically and mentally also. You don't bother about the world. And that will be, temptation will be there. The seniors are guiding, giving us the caution, but you don't listen to it. So that is why man can only survive if he is having the Shraddha. Why in our tradition, in Indian tradition, everywhere, you see all caste, all creed. In India, they will always teach one thing common. In the Brahmin and the Shudra, the lowest caste and the higher caste, children should pay respect to the seniors. You must go and touch the feet of your senior. Buzurgon ko sanman karna. Why? Why you have to go and touch the feet of the seniors? Because if I develop the respect for a senior one, then only what he says or what she says, I will give respect also, attention also. And then only that will make me good. Na beta wo mat karo, aisa nahi karna. Who are you to tell me? Some people will be telling. That is forcing them to go to the bad tendencies. And I am tempted to do that. But a senior person said, no, please don't do it. You should not do it. This is harmful. I restrain. That is all. So this is the human society growing in this way only. The good tendencies and bad tendencies are always there in the human being. But if you have the Shraddha, that's why again and again Swami Vivekananda is giving the stress on the what you have Shraddha. Shraddha means confidence in oneself and confidence in the good. Whoever is doing good, I am having my confidence on that. The teachers are asking us to study. Seniors are asking us to do. So if we grow in that, I am also becoming good. So that is the whole thing. Sin, good and bad. It is there already. Both are there before you. What you are choosing depending on you. So what I have to do? It is lust, it is anger, insatiable, and that prompts a person to this thing. Kama esha, krodha esha. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is pointing out, where from this thing come? Kama and krodha is desire. And when the unsatisfied desire, krodha. That is why always they teach us, suppose you are not successful in something, always think that something good is coming after that, because God is not willing that you should do like that. The other day I was explaining. So something good must be there at the back of it. So then you are satisfied. Well, I tried my best, and if I am not realizing or getting the things, maybe that God is willing in a different way. I will wait. So similar thing we have seen in the life of Swami Vivekananda. He could understand everything. He was also getting the realization, he could understand everything, and he is declaring, when he was coming to America, he said, everything that is there in America, it is for me. You will see. He told to Haribhai, our Turiyanandaji. He told, you will see, Haribhai, I am going to America, all that is there is only for me. He knew it. Even then, he wrote a letter to Ma Sharadamani Devi. Mother, shall I go? Then the mother said, all that is there only for you. Only for you means through you, true religion will be given to the humanity. And the truth that is there, it is for humanity, not for a particular group of people, particular caste or creed. No, it's for humanity. And what is the truth? Truth is love. If you have love within yourself, and if you are sharing it with everyone, you are enjoying much, much, than only sharing with a little bit. The Ingersoll, the German philosopher, he said, why should we? I should enjoy my life in my own way. Vivekananda said, I am also enjoying my life, but I know a better way to enjoy. What is that? To distribute my joy, my love with everyone. So when I see the smiling faces all around, my joy intensified millions-fold than yours. So that is the secret of life, our religion. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajo guna samudbhava. Always want to achieve, always want to get something. And for that there is a desire. When the unsatisfied desire, that is a anger. And that anger means fire. And fire, what is the quality of fire? Burns. It also burning. So satisfaction is the thing. That is why Sri Ramakrishna is telling. Why did God created wicked people? This man is asking again. And before that, Sri Ramakrishna's answer we must read. He is telling, you don't notice early. When we are young, we don't notice. You don't notice early. There is a lot of wood, fuel, etc. Is the last time we read. He is telling, you should beware of lust, anger, greed, and so on. You should be beware of lust, anger, greed, and so on. Just see how Hanumana burned, and he is giving the example. These are the three things we must be careful about when we are. So the more I am growing up and becoming old, and more respect is coming for the people who created our society. Back in India, the society that they created, for everyone, what was that? First is brahmacharya. And that time they are teaching dharma. See, brahmacharya, garhastha, banaprastha, sannyas. When you are learning restraining, one can, that's a race, I don't know whether they practice it here or not, slow cycle race. In our country, there's a slow cycle. You can make it very fast, you can cycling, but very slowly, and that is a peculiar race where the last one becoming fast. Slow cycle race, restraining. I like to do this, I like to do that, my mind so likes to go here, there, I am restraining. That they teach when the mind is very young, brahmacharya. The teenage is a very difficult time. They understood it, and that's why they are giving. Most of the time we find that teenage, all people are giving loose. Oh no, this is teenager. That is the time one people should be under control of the seniors. That is the great moment. So this is the way brahmacharya. Each and every one has to go to guru, because parents sometime won't be able to control the children, the neighbors and all others. So you have to go to the guru. That was the mandatory. Each and every one, even the poor and the rich. The king's son, the prince will also go, and ordinary person's son will also go in the same place. In the same way you have to live. You have to grow up. Same way. Your father is a king or a big officer. What is that to you? So this is the way we have to understand. I saw when I was in school, one boy, he was a very good boy in everything, in games and in drama and all the cultural programs, and also in education. And he used to stood fast. So we were observing him so that he can be successful. Suddenly his father became a very big officer, promoted. And then father started telling, now you are the son of this and that. And now I am having a red light car. In our VIP, they will be having, and who is not VIP, that I couldn't understand there. Everybody is putting a red light. So anyway, so more red light than the ordinary car. So the VIP. And when the father started boasting about, and the mother is also showing up, and this child lost the balance. And the friends started telling, hey, ask your father to send a red light car so that we can also. He started misbehaving, these. Suddenly. And then ultimately we had to say, because this is a residential school, we had to say sorry to him. No, we cannot keep you. You have to follow as all people are doing. As because your father, what is there? Your father is there. But he lost. So that way, just that very moment when he needed the guidance of his father, the father could not give the guidance properly. I personally ran to that father. I told him, these are the things that we are telling him, you also say. Then only he will understand that our teachers and our parents, all they want me to be like this. Then he will able to control himself. Then he said, no, Swamiji, it is my son. And he took them, and that boy became some type of drugs he started taking and all that. So he became ultimately a drug addict. So it is a very, very sad thing. Why? When I was analyzing this only one thing, his father never gave the. So this is the thing, controlling. When you should beware of lust, anger and greed and so on. That is the teaching of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Otherwise, the law of karma, good, bad, none can skip the law. Swami Vivekananda in his poem is writing, good, bad, none can skip the law. So this is the reason, the law of karma. Then Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself in the Bhagavad Gita is telling, some of the people they are trying to say that one should not do any karma work, because that was the traditional way. One should be always sitting and discriminating and meditating like that. But most of the ordinary people, one or two exceptional, maybe that they will be able to do that. Majority of the ordinary people won't be. So for them karma is necessary. And what type of karma? Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself is telling, yajna, dana, tapa karma, na tyajyam, karya yevatat. One should not renounce yajna. Yajna means any work for the benefit of others. Any work for the benefit of others is a yajna karma. Sometimes some people they will be writing drama, or those who are having the opportunity, they will be making the film and the movies. They are all bad things they will show only to get some profit, some money. This is not a yajna karma, papa karma. Why? They are creating all these things in the society, bad things in the society. Sometimes the newspaper, just to sell, they will be writing all nonsense and all false thing, only creating some stir in the society so that their paper will be sold, they get lot of business. Papa karma. They are enjoying the money, enjoying the power, but ultimately they are not understanding, because all the effect will come afterwards, not now. All of those who are involved in it, and particularly those who are taking the decision, have to suffer. There is no other way. Some of the politicians, they are ruining the life of the students just by giving some, oh, you go and in our country, using the students for their own benefit. And they are very happy. They are thinking that nobody can understand all this. This is politics. No. Result you are going to suffer someday. So that is called yajna. Yajna means not only just lighting the fire and pouring the ghee and all oblations. No. Yajna means any work for the benefit of the others. And there is something on the street. Somebody has eaten a banana and left that skin over there, and it's slippery. Some other person may sleep over there, can break his leg and may get suffering. Someone came and took it and left it. Yajna karma. Anything that you do for the benefit of others is a yajna karma. Dana karma. Dana karma means I cannot take part in the good actions, but I know, I feel that I should do it, but physically I cannot. Then they give something for the betterment of the others. They give some money or some other thing, dana karma. Then tapa karma. What is tapa? Tapasya, austerity. Majority of the people they will be telling, last 3 years I was doing austerity. What austerity? Only 3 years austerity over. One of our Swami, in a Ramakrishna mission, the moment you join, you have to get the allotment of duty. Here you only see 1 or 2 Swamis in each center, because our system is totally different. In India, there will be so many Swamis, brahmacharis and all that. So they get the allotted duties. Some will be doing the puja, some will be looking after these, that. Then one Swami, he went to our Diden General Secretary, because he is the administrative head, and said, Swamiji, please give me 6 months vacation so that I will go and do the tapasya. Tapa I will practice for 6 months. Last 12 years I have not taken any day off. So give me 6 months leave so that I can do the tapasya. Then he said, okay, that you can get 6 months. But I am wondering, can you cover the 12 years gap by 6 months? You have not done any tapasya in the 12 years? All through your life, every day you have to practice tapasya. Only going in a solitude, only doing little extra japa, only eating one or two things, and is that tapasya? Ma Sharada Devi, see, this is what's called sadhu sangha, satsanga. They give the whole thing clarified completely. It is very simple. Ma Sharada Devi, she is telling, Baba, tapasya are key. What is tapasya? Baba means, oh my children, what is tapasya? Constantly keeping the mind at the feet of God, that is tapasya. Every moment, every time, trying to keep the mind on God, that is called tapasya. So when we are going to the Uttarkashi, that is a place where all the traditional monks will go for tapasya, and they will be barefoot, they won't wear the clothing also, then they will be in the queue, they will go, and all rich people, particularly business community, they will be having the chhatra, you know them maybe, chhatra, and they are earning lot of money in a not very good way, and they know that we are earning sin, acquiring sin, and to get away from the sin, they will be feeding the sadhus. So all this chhatra, there they will give the money to feed the holy people. If the holy people are taking food, so they think that they will be neutralizing the sin and with the purity like this. And they will give us 2 chapati or 3 chapatis and little sabji something, and you bring that, you eat that for the whole day, little, that way. And we are doing the tapasya. That's good, physical tapasya is necessary. But when the mother said this, look at it. And these people, whole life, they are practicing that. Majority of the time, if they are meeting each other, they will be discussing about so many things there itself. The human being cannot live alone. They will be discussing about that Uttarkashi again. Have you noticed that Swami? He has newly come. He is not coming out of his room. Maybe that he is sick. They will be having all the information, discussion, as we do over here, they will be doing there. Because mind, same mind, the mind that was there, that mind has come over here. Same thing they will be doing. So if we know the teaching of Ma Sharada Devi, the clarification of tapasya, what is tapas? This. Every moment you have to keep your mind over there. Every moment, even for a second or two, close your eyes, try to visualize the holy feet of God within your heart. Okay. And anything that is happening, constantly thinking of. That's why it's called always in the company of God. Always in the company of God. So that is a wonderful thing. In everywhere they will be teaching like this. This is called Yajna, Dana, Tapa. And there are so many tapasya. In Bhagavad Gita he has mentioned. But this way also. And he is asking, why did God created wicked people? Because that is also necessary. In his Maya, it is necessary. It is a play, it is a game that is going on. So naturally, every different type of people will be there. Bhavanti bhava bhutanam matta eva prithagvidha. So God is, this is a very important thing in the Hindu philosophy, Vedanta philosophy, Vedic religion. What? Only one existence and without second. They all say, they criticize the Hindus, oh, there are so many gods and goddesses and the all-pervading God, how can God be in a small image? The criticism may be there. Majority of the Hindu people also don't understand. We will see how Sri Ramakrishna is telling. Why Veda? Veda means knowledge. And that's why I feel like calling Kathamrita, this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Panchama Veda, because we have traditionally 4 Veda. Panchama means is the fifth, but the full book with knowledge and clear idea. Whether we realize God or not in this life, that depends on our own effort. But at least you get a clear idea about religion. Very clear idea. Then afterwards it is your decision to follow or not. Here, the adharmam dharma itiya manyate tamasa vritam. Sarvarthan viparitamscha buddhi sa partha tamasi. What is a human being? His intellect. And if that intellect is covered with some ignorance, anything that is wrong, he considers it as a correct. Anything that is wrong, they will be considering as a correct. One lady, young girl, she married another young man in a village. Then the parents, they invited that lady, their own child, daughter. Then the father was holding, brother was beating, then the mother was holding, father was beating. They killed that girl. Can you imagine? In the name of religion. How can we explain it? Sarvarthan viparitamscha. Just opposite thing that they will do. So much of, and all other people are also praising. They're also in the group. What they will do to save the face of the family, they have to do it. What family? So we cannot think of it, but they're doing it. And without any repentance that they have done, they're thinking holy thing that they have done. This is very peculiar. So this is why sarvarthan viparitamscha, they think immoral as the moral. Immoral as the moral. Reverses all values. Why? Because their buddhi, the intellect, working differently. And that the cursing of God. That is the curse of God. When he is not liking someone, what happens? His buddhi, his intellect, stop working properly. And he started thinking everything that is negative as a positive. That is the reason people should be very, very careful in choosing the friends, the company. If some people, they are all the time negative, 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 be very, very aware of them. Always be away from them. That in Hindi, they say, Haji, Haji, karte rahiyo. You have to live in the society, what to do. Some people will be telling you, no, this is the religion. Oh, yes, yes, but away from them. It may be up to you, whatever you say. Maybe that it is up to you, but I am not within this. You come away. Always be with the good things. That's why when Arjuna, he was blessed. Why? Because God was constantly guiding him. At the last moment, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when he was bewildered, he was thinking totally different way. And he was thinking, oh, these are my friends, my brothers, my relatives, my guru. And this is my, the Bhishma, my grandfather. How can I kill them? What the God said? You are seeing them this relation, but actually they are all supporting unholy things, bad things. And by supporting the unholy and bad things, they themselves have become bad. Kill them. Otherwise, Bhishma, he was the son of the Ganga Putra Bhishma. He was so pure. Only one thing he was having, I have given the word and I have to keep the word. That was wrong. Sometimes some people, see, one gentleman was telling in Ganges, 7th November, we will be going over there, our monastics and the devotees. And I am planning, we are all planning that all the monastics will be received at the main gate by the devotees, and they will be singing, dancing, and they will come. And suppose there is not much devotee, because there's two different ways. One is a short and is long. And suppose in a long way you have to come, so you need at least 150 devotees to stand both the sides, etc., etc. Suppose there are 25, 30 devotees, what you will do? And the plan B, as they call it, then the short road. Then the Swamis will be coming from outside, they won't understand that this is a short road we are taking, and 30, 40 people will also show that's a grand show. So this is the organizers, we have to think in that way, according to the situation. So and then only one thing, if you open the door, the straight way it is coming to the shrine door, if you open the door, then you have to go inside, and it is winter, you cannot keep the shoes outside and ask the Swamis to come inside. So obviously they will all come with their shoes inside. But that is not the chapel. After that another door, then the chapel. Why they are not allowing the shoe to go? Because they are carrying the dust and all this, who will clean all the time. So that's why they said you have to keep the shoes over here. Now one gentleman said, how can you open this door? Because they will come with the shoe. I have seen some of the places, people will take the shoe in the pocket, then they can go inside the temple. So if you are having the problem with the shoe, they will take it in the pocket and go. So only the problem is the shoe. Then I told, see my friend, thing is this. Why we don't go with the shoe? Because of this. Who has made this rule? We have made. Why? To keep the thing clean. Now is a special situation. In this situation, is this anything, a religious thing that we are doing? So thinking, a clear thinking, that is the whole. So this we have to understand, and because of the clear intellect. No, this is the thing. Not that regularly we have to do, not like that. The special case, if it is there. But anyway, if you all come together over there, 100 people, we will take the long route and this problem will be solved. Then neighbor is telling, this is that God has created everything, good trees, poisonous trees, etc., etc. Then the neighbor is asking, Sir, is it possible to attain God while living in a householder's life? This is the first time in our traditional Hindu religion. Answer is very clear. Shankaracharya is adamant. No, without the jnana, no one can realize God. Bhagavan Buddha said, this jagat in the four Arya Sattari, this is all false. This world is false and full of misery. So live, Bhagavan Buddha said. But because Sri Ramakrishna is telling, why not? Certainly you can. I repeat the word. Certainly you can. Not that every time you have to renounce the world and then you have to go. No, in the householder's life also you can do. But as I said you earlier, there is a but. In Hindi में कहते हैं ये तो सब ठीक है परंतु, this parantu is very dangerous. Everything they will be accepting, then they will put a but. So that is why the moment someone is telling, oh ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है परंतु, then you must be careful that after the parantu is coming something very difficult. So here also Sri Ramakrishna said, of course, certainly. He says, certainly you can. Avashya tumi parbe kintu. But, as I said earlier, you have to keep company of the holy people, constantly pray to him, and you have to weep before God. Kaadte paro? Sri Ramakrishna is asking, can you cry before God? That is a wonderful thing. It's not ever telling that you have to take birth in a Brahmana family, then you have to go regularly for this Chandrayana. You know the Chandrayana means from the moving of the moon, he is practicing tapasya. then the dark night, then the 1000 japa. Then next day 1100. It will go like that. In the full moon night it will complete like that. So it's called Chandrayana. And it will be taking little food and then little extra like this. This is called Chandrayana. This is a wonderful way they inspire people to practice. But Sri Ramakrishna is telling, weep before him. We cry to so many things, but you will notice not before God. We can cry anywhere, but not before God. The moment you are thinking about God, you cannot cry. So this is the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. Well, I could not complete the whole thing. Next day again, we will touch this one. Very, very important. Only thing, we have to believe the words of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. What is that? God is there. I have seen God. You too can see God and talk with Him. The wonderful thing. Anyone can do it. Anyone. Only thing one you have to say that have faith in the words of Sri Ramakrishna and practice what he says. What he says, cry before God. That's all. Oh God, I am having this suffering, please help me. God will help. Surely it will help. So that is the faith if we are having. That is the whole of religion. Moment you have the Vishwas, Sri Ramakrishna in his Bengali he is telling, Vishwas holo to sob hoye gelo. The moment you believe that God is there, then you have realized God. The Vishwasi holo. Then go and cry before God. So this is the main thing. Next day we will again. Now he came to Ramakrishna Mukhopadhyay's house. So as because the last day and today also we are discussing all these things, the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna, which is said in the Pranakrishna's house. Then we will go to our Keshav Chandra Sen's house. There's also wonderful conversation. And next para will come, topic will come, Vidyasagar Mahashaya. That is also a wonderful thing. And let us offer pranam to Thakur. Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Drita Vigraham Vai Ishavattaram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. I think from the next week or from this week itself, the Durga Puja that will start. Of course, in America, there's not so much of fanfare, we don't understand, but the Bengali Association will be observing Durga Puja. But this Navaratri, these 9 nights, not only nights, day also, very important. So, if we are doing, say, 1000 japa, we should try to do 10,000 japa. Because the effect will be much, much more. So that is the reason we will try our best to do as much practices as possible. Then only it will be very, very beneficial. our Durga Puja will be, of course, in this week, it is coming, the 5th will be our fundraising dinner. The Swami Ishatmananda Ji Maharaj is coming from Portland. He will be delivering a lecture, there will be music. The musical groups are coming from our Chinmaya mission. They will come and perform. That will be from 6:30 to 8:30. Then there will be our dinner. Next day, Sunday, morning will be from 11 to 12, a special lecture by Shantarupananda Ji. And that 6th, we will all go to Chicago University. There we will be having, they only live who live for others. On that theme, we will be discussing about Vivekananda's contribution. So this is many people there registering for Chicago University. Almost every day so many people are registering, and a group of our Christian brothers and sisters, they will be coming from Indiana and they will sing together. It's a beautiful song. I went there to speak and I liked this song. That's about peace, brotherhood and fraternity. I liked it very much. So I invited them, all they will be coming and they will hold hand each other and they will sing. This group is coming, and another group will also, that is university students, young students, but the students are music only. So they will also perform the music there. And Chinmaya Mission, they are sending a group of children to chant over there. So all these things will be there. So tell your friends and relatives to come, and everything is taking shape. And by the end of 2:30 to 4:30 it will be, and then there will be tea and snacks. And I heard they have added sweets also.